Build up to Black Friday with savings all month long at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And don't wait to pick up holiday inflatables under $20. Don't wait to save, in-store or online now, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
In Louisiana, Gypsie-Rose Blanchard has returned after receiving parole for her role in the murder of her mother. We've got the details of her return and what's next for Gypsy. In Oklahoma, an inmate has been released after being exonerated for his crime over 48 years after his conviction. Woody's got some details on that. And in Brazil, a wife gets payback on her husband by cutting off his manhood, Lorena Bobbitt style. And Mike's going to tell you a little bit about that. So these stories and more are coming at you today, Wednesday, January 3rd on Real Life, Real Crime Daily. And I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino. Back with the boys.
We missed you, man.
Happy New Year, fellas.
Right? Mike was downtown.
I was down for the count,
Right.
big time.
Yeah. We know that.
Sickest I've been in a long time, for sure.
We know how much you really value being here and your public persona and all that. So we know. I just fucking hey, I'm glad you're better, bro. Y'all, so excited about this year. We're 1 year old today.
We are. Happy birthday as well as Happy New Year.
Thank you, all you lifers out there listening, and we love y'all.
That's right.
Well, since I was sick for a couple of weeks, I didn't get to give you guys your holiday presents. So they're now morphed into Happy New Year / Happy 1 year anniversary presents. Hey. So let me grab this for a second.
I can't do the whole drum roll thing.
Drum roll.
Like on Christmas vacation.
I don't rap, folks.
Oh, hey, it's got my name on it.
We do the Santa thing. So Woody's going first here.
All right. We'll open it up.
And, I really think, particularly now for some reasons that'll stay private, you'll be able to make great use.
Y'all, Mike used like tape you could drop from an airplane and it wouldn't break.
Brown wrapping paper.
Woody will make great use of this gift.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I gotta get a video.
Yeah, you need to get a video of this. See, this is love. All right.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. Well, you explain what you got there.
All right, so what I have here
oh my God
is a Japanese co-ed two-tone masturbator. It says, Konnichiwa, mister. Don't just fantasize about my back door. I want you to teach me a dual entry pussy and ass crate to squeeze you so bad. Skin perfect, two-tone. Oh my, y'all! It's a very realistic.
Take her out to play.
Oh, yeah,
take her out to play.
That's most of the box too. All right, let me take her out. That's hilarious. The gift that keeps on giving all year long, Clark. Holy shit! Holy shit!
How big is it? It's pretty big.
Wait, let's make the microphone. That's horrible.
Soft skin.
Wow. Let's get a little feel of that skin. Oh wow, yeah, for sure.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh my God.
She comes with a little skirt.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yes, it comes with a little skirt. This is anatomically correct, we'll say. And we've got 4-in-1 pure and clean misting all-purpose cleaner. I can imagine what that's for.
Oh no, that thing is top of the line. I promise you that.
Adam and Eve lubricants.
Yeah, it's that is a top of the line model. So you check her out for a little while.
Yes, and look, free stream and watch 6 movies on us. Adam and Eve for free. Oh, that must have been the best gift I ever got.
There's a little girth.
That is hilarious.
Now, Jim,
Oh, my God.
In your case, in thinking about anything like this,
Oh, my God.
the first consideration is whatever is purchased has to be anaconda safe.
Eve, the girl next door, realistic torso.
Look, she's extra tall. She's a full 15. Was I right on the bottom?
There you go, man. I mean,
was I right on the bottom? Oh, the perfect gift for the anaconda that has everything.
this thing weighs like 10 pounds.
Yeah, and I needed to make sure that these things worked, and so I'm just kidding.
I'm sure mine was shrink wrap.
Neither one has been road tested.
I appreciate it, bro. Oh, it's got its own storage bag.
My apologies to the women in your lives. This is by no means a slight toward them. It was purely a little humor aimed at you two.
Well, I appreciate it, bro. Merry Christmas.
I want to make sure you clean those things out properly.
Happy New Year's. Yes, indeed. A gift to keep on giving all year long, Clark.
All right.
Look at her.
There you have it.
You get to name her.
She gets to sit here and watch.
Gypsie-Rose Blanchard, the Missouri woman who persuaded an online boyfriend to kill her mother after she forced her to pretend for years she was suffering from leukemia, MS, and other illnesses, was released from prison on parole last Thursday.
There you go.
Blanchard was granted parole after serving 85% of her original sentence. In her case, it sparked national attention after reports emerged that her mother, Claudine Dee Blanchard, was slain in 2015 and had essentially kept her daughter prisoner, forcing her to use a wheelchair and a feeding tube.
Wow.
It turned out that Gypsy Blanchard, now 32, was perfectly healthy, not developmentally delayed as her friends had always believed. Her mother had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a psychological disorder in which parents or caregivers seek sympathy through exaggerated or made-up illnesses to their children. People were constantly telling Dee Dee what a wonderful mother she was, and Dee Dee was getting all of this attention, that from her attorney. Through the ruse, the mother and daughter met country star Miranda Lambert and received charitable donations, a trip to Disney World, and even a home near Springfield, Missouri, from Habitat for Humanity. Wow. Stanfield said Gypsy Blanchard's mother was able to dupe doctors by telling them her daughter's medical records had been lost in Hurricane Katrina. If they asked too many questions, she just found a new physician, shaving the girl's head to back up her story. Among the unnecessary procedures that Gypsy Blanchard underwent were the removal of her salivary glands. Her mother convinced doctors it was necessary by using topical anesthetic to cause drooling. Gypsy Blanchard, who had little schooling or contact with anyone but her mother, also was misled even when she was younger. The doctors seem to confirm everything that you're being told. The outside world is telling you that your mother is wonderful, a caring person. What other idea can you have? Her attorney said. But then the abuse became more physical. Gypsy testified that her mother beat her and chained her to a bed. Slowly, Gypsy was also beginning to understand she was not as sick as her mother was claiming. I wanted to be free of her hold on me, Gypsy testified in her 2028 trial of her former boyfriend, Nicholas Goodajohn of Big Bend, Wisconsin, who is serving a life sentence in that killing. She went on to add, I talked him into it. When she took the stand at the trial, prosecutors had already cut a deal because of the abuse she endured. In exchange for pleading guilty in 2016 for second-degree murder, she was sentenced to 10 years in prison. The first-degree murder charge she initially faced would have meant a life term. Nick was so in love with her and so obsessed with her that he would do anything, Goodajohn's Trial attorney Dwayne Perry argued in court, saying his client had autism and was manipulated. Prosecutors, however, argued that he was motivated by sex and a desire to be with Gypsy Blanchard, who he met on a Christian dating website. According to the probable cause statement, Gypsy Blanchard supplied the knife and hid it in a bathroom while Goodajohn repeatedly stabbed her mother. The two ultimately made their way to a bus in Wisconsin where they were arrested. Things are not always as they appear. That from the sheriff as these strange revelations began to emerge. Even Gypsy's age was a lie. Her mother said that she was younger to make it easier to perpetrate the fraud and got away with it because Gypsy was so small, just 4 feet, 11 inches tall. And I can tell you, and we're going to play a clip of Gypsy tall, her first little release after she got released from prison, her first video TikTok deal that she released, her Instagram. And you can hear she sounds like an 11-year-old kid. I mean, she doesn't sound like a 32-year-old woman. Even though her age was a lie and she was a small girl, it caused confusion with law enforcement because there were 3 different ages listed for her in the trial transcripts. Her attorney recalled the first time he met Gypsy, she got out of breath walking the 75 yards from the elevator to the room where he talked to her, and he described her as malnourished and physically frail. I can honestly say I've rarely had a client who looks exceedingly better after doing a fairly long prison sentence. Prison is generally not the place where you become happy and healthy. And I say that because to me, that's kind of evidence of how bad things were for Gypsy in the outside world. The bizarre case was the subject of a 2017 HBO documentary titled Mommy, Dead, and Dearest, the 2019 Hulu miniseries The Act, and an upcoming Lifetime docuseries, The Prison Confessions of Gypsy-Rose Blanchard. Daytime television psychologist Dr. Phil McGraw interviewed her from prison, and the novel Darling Rose Gold draws upon the story for its premise and Blanchard's own account. Released, Conversations on the Eve of Freedom is set for publication next month. Amid the media storm, no in-person coverage of a release was allowed in the interest of protecting safety, security, and privacy. And as I mentioned, Gypsy-Rose recorded her first statement after being released from prison. Here's what that sounded like.
Hey everyone, this is Gypsy. I'm finally free. I just want to send a quick video to thank everyone for the massive amount of support that I've been getting on social media. Everyone has been really, really nice and supportive, and I really appreciate that. It's nice to be home. I'm back home in Louisiana, enjoying a beautiful day outside, and I've got a lot of great things happening really soon. I've got my documentary series coming out, The Prison Confessions of Gypsy-Rose Blanchard. I just put out an ebook that I'm super proud of. It's not a rehashing of everything that happened. It's more of my reflection of everything that I've learned and experienced in the last 8.5 years. So my ebook is called Release, Conversations on the Eve of Freedom, which you can pre-order now. And again, just thank you guys for all the support, and keep watching. Okay, bye.
So what a case, guys, that it looks like is finally coming to a close for Gypsy-Rose Blanchard. And this thing's on fire.
Yeah. And then a bunch of lifers have been sending me stuff, including what the clip you just played and everything. Is just amazing. I don't know. It's just so bizarre. Got
to be one of the most bizarre cases that I've ever kind of read about, researched, and just horrible.
Yeah, hopefully she's going to receive some of the benefits from these documentaries and
I'm sure she's
going to be famous influencer now and everything.
There's no doubt about it. Her Instagram had 5.5 million followers the first day. The first day,
believe it,
indeservedly so.
What did he get? He
got a life sentence.
He's life.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's with no chance of parole.
I don't know. I don't know of any chance of parole he has. Usually when it's
because she was with, quote unquote, with him, like still considered boyfriend, girlfriend for a while, right? Still while they were in prison. That was the case, right?
Yeah, but they're not together anymore. She's actually married to someone now.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, wish them luck. I mean, the crazy story, and wow, I don't know. I've actually dealt with cases like that. Where people fake the illnesses to get attention.
You hear about those, but they're
crazy.
But never to this degree.
No. Not getting to houses and Miranda Lambert.
And a lot of times you're faking these illnesses on yourself. You're not using another person to gain the sympathy and
I've had cases
horrible, man. A feeding tube.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know.
And they took out her salivary gland.
Yes.
Yeah.
And her mother would numb her with like freaking Novocaine or something to make her drool so that they would think that she wasn't lying. I mean, her mother pulled off this crazy. It's just absolutely insane to me. She was able to trick so many physicians.
Wow. I'm surprised they even got the 10-year sentence. I mean,
I don't know. It's a very, very interesting story, and I'm sure there'll be more to come on it, right?
Hey, and Gypsy's in New Orleans, so if she wants to come on and talk about it,
I'll reach out to her later today.
We'll be glad
reach out to her, and we'll certainly make a spot.
Sit her down and get her side of things.
Interesting.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts that spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdown scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glaze, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, and all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. real. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes, plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had.
So, I always say, I hope all the people I put in prison, I never wanted to put somebody in there or wrongfully convict them. And I don't believe that I did. And I'm sure there's a lot of them in there that think I did. But on this next case, wow, this is crazy too, y'all. After nearly half a century, Glenn Simmons' name has been cleared. Now, Simmons was exonerated in a ruling by an Oklahoma court district judge who declared that the offense for which Mr. Simmons was convicted, sentenced, and imprisoned was not committed by Mr. Simmons. Simmons, who's 71 now, y'all, was in prison in December of 1974 for the murder of Carolyn Sue Rogers, who was shot in the head at a liquor store in Edmond, Oklahoma. Now, look, he spent 48 years, 1 month, and 18 days in prison. It's a lesson in resilience and tenacity, Simmons said of the ruling during a news conference on Tuesday. Don't let nobody tell you that it can't happen, because it really can. Now, originally, he and Don Roberts, who was also convicted of Rogers' murder, were sentenced to death row, but their sentence was amended to life in prison without parole in 1977. That's when the moratorium on the death penalty came about for a little while. But he was 22 when he was wrongfully convicted and always maintained this innocence. And in July, Judge Palumbo ruled that Simmons' judgment and sentence would be vacated and there would be a retrial. Oklahoma County District Attorney Vicki Zemp said Simmons was not given a fair trial because not all available materials were shared with his defense team during the original case. That's called Brady, y'all, for discovery. The role of the prosecutor is to ensure the defendant's right to a fair trial, and that includes providing all evidence the prosecution has to the defense before trial. Unfortunately, that did not happen in Mr. Simmons' case, so the state confessed the Brady violation, and the judge vacated Mr. Simmons' judgment and sentence. And then the craziness is, y'all, the next step is to evaluate the case for retrial. Simmons created a GoFundMe page to raise money for himself because, as his lawyer told the New York Times, he was deprived of work and experience being able to have a career where you could financially secure yourself and your family. He says all that was taken from him. And on the fundraising page, Simmons wrote, "I have been in prison for nearly 50 years. I've got nothing, and I'm grateful for the support of relatives as I wait for the state of Oklahoma to compensate me for wrongfully sending me to death row where I was for 2.5 years." And he says he plans to use those funds to live. He said, "I want to get my own place to live, clothes, furniture, transportation, food, plus medical needs, because I'm currently undergoing chemotherapy for liver cancer. I'm 70 years old. I plan to use my remaining time to help others who are still stuck where I was. We need to fix this system so that what happened to me will never happen to anyone else again." And his lawyer, Joe Norwood, told the Times that Simmons could receive up to $175,000 in compensation for his time behind bars. Y'all, it's different for every state. Some states don't even have any compensation, but I don't think $175,000 is worth being in all that time.
It's like $4,000 a year.
Yeah, right.
Should be millions.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah,
but I don't know that you can compensate with any amount of money.
You can't.
Time.
I mean, he's 70 years old, and you and I have done this on Bloody Angola of the people that have been exonerated.
Archie Williams, 37 years.
Right, and it seems like most of them die like within a year of getting out of prison. It's crazy. And this guy's 70.
He's got liver cancer,
and he's 70. Yeah.
What I don't understand is, why does it take 48 years to discover
I don't know
that Brady violation has been committed.
I don't know that. I'm sure there's more to that. I'm gonna look into it. For the prosecutor to come out and say, "Hey, you know what? We were wrong, or they were wrong back then." When they did this.
Yeah, and you got to consider how many of these people are asking for this, and how many.
Everybody,
maybe 1/10 of 1% are actually innocent.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
I hate that for the innocent, but I love it for the bad ones. But I know it's just sad. So
yeah.
Well, good luck. Hopefully,
48 years.
Yeah, hopefully they'll do something about that compensation number, because that hardly compensates.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you could do at $178,000 when you have cancer.
When you, I'm sure, don't have health care insurance and you need to get liver cancer treatments. It's not going to go very far. Let's go far. Let's go to Brazil.
Brazil.
Officially part of...
Isn't that my territory?
Officially part of your territory. But remember, the crime trumps the territory.
This
is
true.
I am an expert, actually a world recognized expert on these kinds of crimes. So this involves a 34-year-old Brazilian woman who has not yet been named. Nobody's names have been released in this thing, which is hysterical. She told officers in a town called Atibaia, which is near Sao Paulo in Brazil, that she intended to get even with her husband after learning that he had had sex with her 15-year-old niece.
That always makes somebody mad.
Now, there are lots of potential ways of getting even for this sort of violation of trust, but this woman had one specific kind of retribution in mind. Rather than confronting her husband directly, she instead decided to seduce him into bed.
Oh. What?
She tied his arms and legs to the bed and began to slowly remove her clothes, teasing him into a full erection. Just as his anticipation was peaking, she quickly pulled out a razor and sliced off his
Ain't afraid to cut him,
manhood.
motherfucker.
That'll leave a mark.
The woman admired her work so much that she decided to take a picture of both the severed organ and another picture of her husband's new physique.
No, there had to be a whole lot of blood there, dude. If he's fully engorged and she sliced it off, where's all that blood go?
Now, she'd heard that penises could be reattached, and she didn't want her husband to have that option.
God.
So she grabbed the severed penis and flushed it down the toilet.
Oh, my God.
The man was writhing in pain and begging her to stop. He had lost a considerable amount of blood, and the woman did not want him to die. So she walked into her local police station with her brother and told them, "Good evening, officer. I came to introduce myself because I just cut off my husband's penis." She told them she had flushed it away because she had heard that it was possible to reattach them. Her 39-year-old husband, also unnamed in the story, was found alive and rushed to the hospital where he has begun his recovery. The woman remains in custody and charged with attempted murder to this day. So she's not been released at all. The investigation is ongoing, and police have not commented on the woman's claim that he had sex with her niece. The key thing there, though, is that the age of consent in Brazil is 14.
Right.
So her niece, if she did have sex with the husband, it was not. It's not child abuse or rape. If it was, assuming it was consensual. So the police are investigating whether the alleged relationship with the 15-year-old was consensual or not. So, but he ain't ever gonna get.
The bad thing about the story is that they got incorrect is they rushed him to the hospital and he's beginning to make his recovery. I submit to you, you never recover from having your penis sliced off and flushed down the toilet. And then what kind of fucking toilets do they have in Brazil that I can't even flush?
High-powered suction.
Yeah, right.
Let's just say this guy probably was not that well endowed.
Yeah,
if it just went right down easy.
He's like a vanilla wafer going down or something because I can't flush shit down the toilet.
Good plumber ought to be able to get that thing out of there. You know, you would think.
I don't know.
They got a plumber over there right away. I don't know if they plumbed your unit back out of, your plumbing. Would you want that thing reattached?
I don't know.
I mean, they're building these things.
Can you get fake ones?
Well, they build them all the time for people
Like
like
the $6 million
transgenders.
man, we'll build it stronger, faster.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for a 39-year-old Brazilian man with a something that looks much less authentic than whatever her name is that Woody opened at the beginning of the show.
We're certainly not making light of if he did have sex with the 15-year-old, but that's Brazilian law. It's age of consent. It's not the United States.
Right.
Penis down the toilet.
It was cheating. I mean, this is his wife.
Yeah.
And
It's
cheating with her niece, who's only 15, regardless of the law. So, is a full chopping of his manhood fair retribution. You guys can be the judges of that. But
All right. We're going to go back to Baton Rouge where they're not. Well, somebody might be chopping some manhood around there somewhere
cringe my legs
this morning. But a Baton Rouge man is accused of lying about having a medical degree, posing as a doctor, and working as a Acadian ambulance paramedic for 4 years while he was doing all of this. So Samrat Mukherjee was charged with falsely holding himself as a medical doctor and making false statements by calling in prescriptions without authority.
Oh, God.
The 3-count indictment indicates that he was licensed as a paramedic and worked for Lafayette-based Acadian Ambulance, even though he never graduated from or even attended medical school. Federal authorities allege he lied to friends and coworkers, telling them he was a licensed medical doctor. He called in prescriptions for himself and others between May of 2019 and November of 2022, and fraudulently claimed he had authority to write the medical prescriptions. He was arrested in July on counts of computer fraud, forgery, and illegal transfer of monetary funds. Mukherjee used the credentials of his former LSU college roommate, who was a licensed physician at Ochsner Medical Center in Baton Rouge, to illegally prescribe medications. Dr. Loy Lee is suing him, Acadian Ambulance, and the company's liability insurer. His lawsuit indicates that Mukherjee was hired as a medic in 2018. Acadian Ambulance officials said he underwent paramedic training and was certified as an EMT. Shortly after joining Acadian Ambulance staff, he was even featured in a news story that celebrated emergency first responders. He also began presenting a fake degree in 2018, showing he graduated from Tulane University School of Medicine. Agents with the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation checked with Tulane officials who reviewed their records and had no evidence that he ever received a medical degree from the school. His arrest on state charges stemmed from an investigation as a licensed physician at several area hospitals and managed to get a facility access badge as a resident at Baton Rouge General Medical Center under false pretenses in January of 2019. He was never employed at the hospital. He was also seen entering Our Lady of the Lake Hospital and other clinics wearing a white lab coat with his name embroidered on it and MD after it.
That's crazy.
He was listed as a flight physician in an August 2022 social media post by Acadian Ambulance. The civil filing against him stated, and he later was fired from the company after officials became aware of the investigation. In the lawsuit, Lee says he reported Mukherjee to a supervisor at Acadian Ambulance in December when he learned that Mukherjee was acting as a doctor. Lee said he knew his former college roommate had never completed his undergrad studies, and he immediately became upset and disturbed when he found out Mukherjee was treating patients. In October of 2022, Mukherjee examined a 3-year-old with a skull fracture and told the child to walk despite the severity of the injuries. A chief medical officer at Acadian Ambulance told Lee that Mukherjee used his national prescription identification number to prescribe meds illegally, and he had been using Lee's credentials to pose as a physician. Acadian Ambulance officials reported the allegations to the sheriff's office, Our Lady of the Lake, the DEA, and several other authorities last December, and state agencies began investigating him in February of last year.
That just screams like that little kid that he made walk with the head injury. Oh my God. And he was the flight, basically flight surgeon, flight doctor that, the airbag goes down on. And he didn't know what he's doing. How many people you think are going to go back now and like, oh, he treated mine?
Yeah.
And they died on the way in. They could have lived. Wow.
It's just crazy he was even able to get away with it for as long as he did.
He could have done one of these offshore schools or something. You go to Tulane, that's the Ivy League of the South.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Hey, but what kind of psyche does that take, though? Yeah.
What I'm wondering is if
insane.
you steal someone's credentials and you're writing scripts off of their license, shouldn't they be seeing that? I mean, how does that happen without?
I don't know. It goes back to like lawyer. Well, I used to have the polygraph, not license, contract with the Louisiana Physician Examiners Board, and one of the most common things was they would get in trouble for people stealing like their script pads and not catching it. So there's some kind of system that they have in place, especially now the pharmacies all are linked and stuff like that. I mean, this asshole's going to get caught, but I would think that's why Lee is suing is so he's like,
yeah, he was using a legitimate number.
But
so they punch it into the system.
But that number should link to a name. That wasn't the name he was using.
I think at some point Lee must came back and realize, hey, I didn't write these scripts or something. Got caught
because it's got to be harder to do that, or this would be rampant.
Right,
I mean, we would be hearing about this crime everywhere.
It's changed over the years. I remember Dr. Kenneth Todd, who was my doctor since 2004. He died in 2023, but he had clients that are over the years, 2 different ones that stole his script pads, and then I helped him get him arrested and stuff like that. But now it's so automated. I think it would be impossible to get away with, but unless you don't check your own shit. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what was happening. Is this Dr. Lee just wasn't paying attention to his records?
Who thinks that your college roomie is gonna do that? But to go ahead and have a lab coat done with your name on it and gain access.
That makes it official, man. If it's embroidered,
right? And then to get in the hospitals and get the passes and stuff,
he went full bore.
I bet he parked in the doctor's parking spot.
No doubt about it.
Sure he did.
Look, y'all know I loved hunting, fishing, everything. And one of the places I go, all of the United States, I've been to a lot of them. Certainly not all of them are Bass Pro Shops. And to me, that's like going into Santa's workshop, right? And they're always cool. Everywhere you go, they're different. But there's one outside, in between Austin and San Antonio, that I literally would go down there on the weekends when I was up there in polygraph school. I'd spend hours. I'd go 2 days in a row. They got all the mounts and displays and live fish aquariums and everything else. Well, right here in Denham Springs, we have one, and they even have the fish aquarium and all that. But check this one out.
You ever been in the one in Memphis?
I've not been to the one in Memphis.
The pyramid, it's pretty cool. It's
I drove by. Yeah.
They should be a sponsor. So
that's
show,
where Mike Tyson fought.
Evander Holyfield.
No. It was where he fought our boy
Buster Douglas.
Clifford Etienne.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that was after he bit Holyfield and he couldn't get a license to fight in Vegas. But check this out. A Florida man was caught on camera stealing a 50-pound tarpon from a Bass Pro Shops tank in a net and fleeing the scene. And now for you who don't know, tarpons is this big game fish, okay? So in true Florida style, the suspect walked into a Bass Pro Shop, grabbed a fishing net from a shelf, right, because they do have them there, and picked up a 50-pound tarpon from the store's pond. Now, y'all, when they say the pond, they have these ponds, and some of them that you can look down into and see the stuff, but I would imagine the tarpon was probably in a more of a raised tank. But deputies with the Lee County Sheriff's Office said the suspect had a woman and another man with him who took video of the theft with a GoPro. Geniuses. In a video shared by a witness, the suspect is seen carrying the writhing silver fish, smiling at cameras while watchers quickly get out of his way. Like nothing clears the aisleway like a flopping 50-pound tarpon in a Bass Pro net. The Chance Floyd, a Bass Pro employee, said, somebody came up to me holding a scale of a tarpon and said, look, somebody just stole a tarpon. And I couldn't believe it. Honestly, like, I don't understand why they do that. And it was just so shocking to me that somebody would stoop low enough to do that. So the LCSO is working with its Animal Cruelty Task Force, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, and Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers to find the suspect and the people accompanying him. Tarpons, native to Florida, can weigh up to 280 pounds. Due to their majestic appearance, size, and color, strength, stamina, and fighting ability, the marine animal is one of Florida's premier game fish. And according to the FWC, tarpons are protected in Florida, can only be fished recreationally. Just stupid, bro. They're not even good eating.
You don't eat them, right? It's just purely for the sport.
They always catch and release them. I mean, it's just bizarre.
You ought to go down to the tarpon rodeo and
right?
go,
Yeah, hell yeah, we got them here. That's for sure. Coon Pop is a guy down from Cocodrie, and he's world famous for his tarpon lure, handmade lures that he makes. So, but I don't know.
They still have not. I mean, I've been watching this one because I just thought it was hysterical. I thought it was, a social media bit. You do it, and then you turn around after you video it and put the tarpon back in the tank. But they walk right out of the place with the tarpon.
They did something with it.
And the guys filmed, and the other two are filmed, and this is Fort Myers. They still don't.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to catch them. It's a week and a half later.
A lot of times on Bass Pros like me, like I've been in Jackson, Mississippi, and different place. I'll be driving by or whatever. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to Bass Pro to see what they got. Yeah. Like the different mounts, the big deer head mounts and stuff. Like when you walk into one right here in Denver Springs, they have a big alligator gar. That's hilarious. He's got the picture of it. The big alligator gar that's mounted. Bass Pro pays the people that own those, that caught those, to put those in the store.
Yeah.
Oh, it's big money. And that one was caught right at the mouth of the Amite River, where it comes into Lake Maurepas. Yeah. So I don't get it, but there you have it.
So are they going to? I mean, you could. Anybody who knows him, that's his face. I mean, you can see him clearly.
I would bet they're transients. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's not like they could share it on the social media and try to get 2.5 million views.
Bass Pro Shops probably got tons of free media exposure for this thing, for their store. Yeah. This guy's they're probably fans of this guy for what he did, for the exposure they got.
I like Bass Pro. They're very friendly with the blue and veterans and everything else. They give discounts and just good people. And
if you want a tarpon, just go on in and
got great shit.
Get yourself a tarpon.
Pretty good fudge too.
Yeah,
fudge.
Not
as good as that other place.
What place?
What's the place that I stopped back on the drive from?
He's talking about Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. Oh yeah. Probably.
I need to drive back to Texas just to get some of that.
But they got one coming in Louisiana. You just go to Monroe. I mean, is Monroe Shreveport? I think is getting more. Yeah.
The folks that were staying with us that were going to the game last night, they're all from Austin, so they came to New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl. Their kids were driving together and broke down in Lafayette, and had they needed like some tiny little repair, and the guy went to like a racetrack station and said, "Anybody know a mechanic?" So he walks up the freeway, gets it to the racetrack. Yeah, my cousin Billy Bob's we can get him over there. $350 for
probably
these
for
kids.
$2 piece.
But hey, I mean, they were happy to pay it and get on their way and make it to New Orleans. So,
all right,
let's go to Maryland, where sometimes you crave a cheesy cordita at the wrong time. I don't know what your go-to. What's your go-to?
I like a gordita, but my go-to Taco Bell is a 12-pack of crunchy taco Supremes.
You can handle a 12-pack of taco? No,
not all at one time.
But how many Taco Supremes? Over 7 hours times about.
Yeah, over several hours.
How many Taco Supremes can you at once though? Like quick?
It's probably 4 or 5.
3 or 4. Wow.
At least.
Okay. Well,
I always love the nachos Belgrano, but they don't have jalapenos on them. That's always so disappointing.
Can't they put them on? No?
I don't know.
Hey, ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
That used to be my late night, post drinking where you're going to go for fast food. Couldn't beat Taco Bell. Plus, it was like $4 for everything back in the day. Well, a suspect driving a stolen vehicle, so this guy's driving a stolen vehicle, was arrested in Maryland when he rammed the stolen vehicle into multiple police cruisers that were all lined up in a Taco Bell drive-thru.
Oh, my God.
The Prince George's County man was seen in video being taken into custody at the fast food restaurant, which was in Marlow Heights, Maryland. The identity of the suspect, who was driving a stolen 2011 Hyundai Tiburon, has not yet been released. At least 3 Marlow Heights police cruisers were damaged in the chain reaction collision, including one that was completely totaled. So, I mean, this guy came to the drive-thru with some momentum going for him. So one officer was injured in the incident, was transported to the hospital where he received treatment, but he was later released. The guy apparently kept his foot on the accelerator. So even after he made contact with the vehicles, his foot was still on the accelerator, according to Lieutenant Moses Edwards of the Marlow Heights Police. He said, we were telling him, take your foot off the accelerator, put the car in park, turn the car off, and he wouldn't. You could hear him revving up the motor, revving up the engine, and during that time, one of our officers was pinned into his vehicle. Wow. A woman riding in the passenger seat of the stolen vehicle jumped out and told officers that the suspect had also run into a blue sedan that had a father and his young child inside it just before they had gotten to the Taco Bell. And she pled her innocence and that she knew nothing about what he was going to do. Officers said the woman jumped out of the car, immediately put her hands to the sky and was yelling, I'm not a part of this. I'm not a part of this. The car was stolen from outside a home in Southeast D.C. So apparently stole the car, got a maybe smoked a little something to give them a desire for some Taco Bell, and just rode it a little hard into the drive-thru.
Going directly to jail. And then let me tell you about the policy. I guarantee you, if this department didn't have it, they're about to have it. You're never supposed to have more than 2 units sitting together at one time. First of all, it looks bad to the public if you're just like they're hanging out.
3 units in a Taco Bell
in a Taco Bell parking lot at the same time. Willie Graves would have shit a brick when he was sheriff, and he got that call. Yeah, you had to take, eat on your own time and shit like that. And this guy comes in and hits multiple cop cars going directly to jail.
Don't pass go.
Right.
Don't get your cheesy gordita.
Yeah.
Gordita.
All right, so we're going to do a new little segment. It's called a BOLO segment. We like to
be on the lookout for
these schemes, because we like to tell y'all when they got the schemes going on.
You should have named that. You're the scheme professional.
The scheme professional. In Houston, Texas, they have one going on right now, and 2 crooks with a clever scheme made their way into Kelly Rayburn's home in Upper Kirby Tuesday afternoon. She and her kids were home when the home was burglarized. So, you don't typically have a home burglarized with people home, but in this case you did. Surveillance video captured an unsuspecting knock on the back door, followed by a mic check between 2 suspects. It was the beginning of a scheme to get inside her home. It was a guy who said he was here to trim trees for an adjoining property, Rayburn said. Her nanny checked with Rayburn, who agreed to let them come in. You can come through here, the nanny is heard saying on the doorbell video. She let him through the house. Sadly, she forgot to lock the front door. Rayburn quickly jumped out of the shower and went to check on the guy in the backyard. I wanted to see who he was and what company he was with to hear the whole spiel. I actually asked him if he could show me a business card. He said he had just ran out of business cards. The guy was a fast talker who then made a strange request. He asked us to stand right about here, and she showed us in her backyard. He's basically trying to show her a tree. It was the perfect spot where she and her nanny couldn't see into the home. Right. Meanwhile, at the front door, a second suspect with gloves and a hat just walks right in. 5 minutes later, the same man walked out with her safe wrapped in a blanket. Rayburn heard a door slam. We looked and said, "What was that?" said Rayburn, and the guy responds. He says, "Gotta go." And he runs. The fake tree trimmer was seen on camera fleeing her home too. When she got upstairs, she realized what was happening. Her closet was rummaged through and the jewelry swiped, her safe and everything in it. Cash, passports, documents, baby photos, all that stuff.
Inside job.
Gone. I lost a lot of money, she said. They were in my bedroom taking my most personal things. Right. So they must have stopped to get some panties too.
Yep. Inside job.
It's not just the material things, it's the stuff I will never get back. She worries the crooks had inside knowledge about where the safe was.
That's exactly right.
I don't want to live paranoid, but it's hard not to when it's so violating. By the time the nanny got outside, it was too late. The suspects were both seen on a neighbor's camera, loading the safe into a dark pickup truck before speeding off. What would have happened if I would have been in my bedroom when that guy came in? That's one of the parts that bothers me the most. What would he have done to me? Houston police are now investigating, and we're going to post that video on the Facebook page. And if you recognize the men in the video, call Houston Police Department.
Let me tell you something. When you were reading it, as soon as you said safe, I said inside job.
Yeah,
you don't go. Most people don't have safes. I'm not going to tell you if I have one or not, but most people don't have it. And to go in that quick, oh, let's look at this tree together, and go in and haul out a safe. Yeah, motherfucker, they knew what you.
They knew that safe was there,
and whether it had your porno videos or your dope stash or whatever it is, they knew it was there.
Yeah.
So it might have been a nanny tipped them off. There, somebody tipped them off that they had to say.
Yeah, I'd look at that nanny pretty hard.
The nannies always know what porno videos are.
Yeah. Leave that one alone.
Well, watch those schemes, and people you don't know popping over at your house. Don't let him in. Don't let him.
Yeah. Thank God for doorbell cameras.
Yeah.
And speaking of sex tapes, well, it's Kinky
First
Crimes
time this year for that tune.
for 2024 on Wednesday. And y'all, I'm talking about videos. The U.S. woman who went viral after being caught in an X-rated act at the beach died by suicide just 8 months after the humiliating incident.
We covered this one.
Right. That's right. Oh, that's right. That's right. Body cam footage from the moment Christina Rebels Glick was busted by police for masturbating in public went viral, and we reported it on Kinky Crimes just a few episodes ago. Cops arrested the 34-year-old after onlookers reported seeing her engaging in an indecent act on Tybee Island Beach in the state of Georgia. But for unknown reasons, the footage was only recently released by cops more than 2 years on from her arrest. However, in a tragic twist, Rebels Glick died by suicide 8 months after the incident. Wow, so the video came out and she was already dead.
She was already dead.
Oh, God.
Right.
Really?
Yep, like a year and a half almost. Heartbroken family members have been stressed her death wasn't related to the incident, but came after a bout with drugs and alcohol. Christina's gone. She died about a year and a half ago. She had a good life for a while, drove a BMW, had a nice house, but she was wild. She went off the rails. Rebels Glick left behind two sons, a 19-year-old from one relationship and a 15-year-old from a marriage which ended in divorce in 2015. Her body was reportedly uncovered, found in her home by her landlady after she had missed her rent payment.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. And now,
Yeah, and
I
the
watched
crazy thing
video,
is they waited so long to release that body cam footage.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a
Year and a half.
sign of the time, or maybe somebody did a public information request or something on it.
Maybe.
And just you never know. And now I watched it, the video, and I was like, that's kind of freaky.
Yeah.
Well, but when we first got that video, there was no... there was nothing that led you to
so
believe
evidently,
that.
Well, when we first got it, it was like it was fresh.
Yeah.
It was just
going
released.
viral. Yeah, it was going.
That's the whole point. Why did it take a year and a half to release the body cam footage?
Yeah. And
and why release it once you know that she's no longer with us? I mean,
that's strictly social media bullshit. Our hearts go out to her kids and.
Just needed to hear that. First time I've heard it in several weeks. So I had planned this for the last episode of 2023, but unfortunately got sick. I decided to do it on social media and have a handful of winners of a contest that I've got to send some T-shirts out to. But I looked and neither of you two idiots looked at the post.
I was going to say, you actually have fans on social media?
So it's still fair game to do this with you. So what I did was I went back and looked at a bunch of the stories from our first year and picked out 10 villains or not all villains, but 10 people involved in crimes we reported that I thought were particularly stories that got a lot of extra interest. And that
it kind of
really
fits
liked,
still
right?
because it's our birthday.
Right. So I'm going to describe a villain. And when you think you know the answer, hit the table. And
I'm going on the record saying I have an OCD block about names and I'm at a disadvantage.
No, that should not be the case here. I'm pretty sure. I've got 10 of them and a bonus one if we have to break a tie. Okay. The first one, he climbed like Spider-Man to the prison.
I don't know
roof
his name, but he escaped from Atlanta, Georgia.
And used, it was Philly actually, and used his Brazilian survivalist skills to avoid capture for 2 weeks despite the massive manhunt underway to capture.
The Rambo guy.
I don't remember his name.
Can't remember his name.
Oh, you both said it so many times. Danilo Cavalcante was his name.
I'm pretty sure I'll still never remember.
Number 2. I know you remember this name.
Shabusiness.
She claimed she was abducted while stopped at the side of the interstate.
Carly Rogers. Or Roberts.
Where she'd seen a toddler running free. She later admitted the entire thing was a hoax.
Carly Roberts?
It's Carly Russell. It's the correct answer. I don't know. Judges, okay, so you don't get that one. 3, she kicked serious ass coming to the rescue of her mother who was attacked in a porta potty.
The chicken at the concert.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim, you love the
I don't remember the name.
You love the Romper Stomper.
Yeah.
She was your girl.
Yeah, but it doesn't remember her name.
No, I was looking for the Romper Stomper.
Oh.
Romper Stomper.
Romper Stomper.
Give a title now.
4, he was the king of the Turkey Club and Subway spokesperson for 15
Judge
years.
Jared.
Until the FBI.
Child molester.
Okay. I think we'll give you credit for Jared, child molester. Jared Vogel is his name. So Woody gets one. Number 5, he attended all of his father's court dates. Mike lost a bet to Woody that his girlfriend would dump him.
Pawpaw. Murdaugh.
No.
It's not Pawpaw.
Not Pawpaw. It's a Murdaugh kid. That's the one that's still breathing.
Murdaugh kid.
The one that's still breathing. The only Murdaugh.
You guys, okay. I think we're putting 2023 behind us. It's Buster Murdaugh would have been the right answer.
Buster move.
This gang lives and dies
the Coin Boys. Corn Boys.
Okay, Woody gets the Coin Boys. By a simple game of chance. They say it's a way of life. Okay.
Whatever happened to those
Number 7, 120 New Yorkers reached out to the service, and Guido made sure each request.
Run the Hitman.
Jim, are you playing today? What are you doing?
Oh, I mean, he's winning.
Number 8, he saved everyone in the taqueria by putting 8 bullets in the robber's back and killing him good.
The taqueria.
Oh,
that was a good story. I really enjoyed the story. The taqueria is not a bad.
Shit, I can't remember.
And Taco Vigilante.
That was a good story.
Number 9, he carefully chose his victims at the University of Idaho, but left behind a knife sheath that was ultimately traced.
Koberger.
Yeah, give that to Jim. You got the first name. I just could say Koberger.
Okay, we'll give that to Jim. Number 10. Let's see if you guys get this one. He told police he hadn't seen his wife since New Year's Eve, but bought $500 worth of cleaning supplies with cash at Home Depot.
Don't remember his name. And he probably buried her somewhere by his mama's house, and his ID.
They have not found her a year later.
Clear and all that.
He probably didn't have a New Year's Eve party this year.
Yeah, probably so.
Brian Walsh is his name, and no New Year's Eve party. I'll give you the bonus because you both should shout it out at the same time.
Shabusiness.
She left a special surprise in a bucket for her boyfriend's mother following a night of meth-enhanced sex. Shabusiness.
What was her real name?
Shabusiness.
She did change her name legally to last name to Shabusiness. So Taylor Shabusiness.
Taylor Shabusiness. I tried to see her.
I wonder how old Taylor's doing right now.
I couldn't get a conjugal visit with her in Wisconsin when I was there.
Yeah,
she's a Swiftie.
I don't think you want that visit at this point. Well,
you don't want any of that.
All right, give me some wrap-up banjos for that one.
Hey, it's happy birthday.
There you have it.
There you have it. Hey, you know,
first of the year.
Leah Marie sent me a thing on that movie you went and saw about the trafficking and shit.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called?
Sound of Freedom.
Station. Yeah, Sound of Freedom. That's just disturbing, bro. I watched it.
Oh yeah,
that shit is disturbing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and wow. All right, Happy New Year's, everyone. I hope you're all safe and had a great holiday. We're going to own this year. We got all kinds of new stuff coming up, and it's going to be loved. We thank y'all for listening and liking and sharing and all that good shit.
And Happy New Year to our sponsors.
Yes, thank you, sponsors.
Thrilled to have our friends at Parish Forensics.
Yes.
And
Roy and the Kristens.
Roy and the two Kristens.
We were coming to see y'all.
And glad to have the folks at Rosetta Stone back with us here in January and a couple others. And
Gracias.
I think we sold a little bit of drizzly over the holidays, which was nice.
Drink a lot of drizzly. Nice.
Yes, indeed. All right. Until next time, I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino.
For Real Life, Real Crime Daily, peace.
Aglets.
It's simple math. Tim Hortons 2-3-4 menu fills your mornings without emptying your pockets. $2 gets you a hot coffee or a classic bagel. $3, try a sausage and cheese English muffin or 2 classic donuts. And for $4, enjoy an egg and cheese croissant or an iced cap. Do the math. It all adds up to delicious deals. Only at Tim's. The Tim's 2-3-4 menu is available until 2 p.m. at select Columbus, Ohio restaurants. Terms apply.